funny you bring up Al Gore. I literally remember like after he like didn't, become president, it was like he's like, hey, what else? What can I do to stay the spotlight? And then he just went all in on this climate change thing, and
Right.
he made a second career out of it. And you're right. It's like he doesn't. What does he know about climate change?
Yeah.
So
Well, he
it's
apparently had a course at Harvard with Roger Revelle, who was the director at Scripps before he became a policy wonk.
right.
So the answer is not that much, but he did have good advisors. He did have people around him, and he did overestimate everything that he could put into that movie.
Right. Yeah. No, that the fear mongering is a real thing. And then you have a lot of stuff like that. What's her name? Greta Thunberg, that little German girl that like, yeah, she like stuff like that. It's like when I saw her speech and stuff like that, I'm like, man, this is like scary. Like this little girl's right. Like we need to do something about this. And then I'm like, wait, like none of these people talking about this stuff are actually doing what they're talking about. So how could they possibly know when any of this is going to happen or not happen? So,
I'm not a climate denier, and I'm also not
right.
a climate name caller. And I think the conversation has devolved into this sort of post-Holocaust. Are you Satan or are you the good guys? The white hats and the black hats. It's very much like a cowboy Western. And that's not my experience. I got into the field of studying atmospheric science in 1971.
Wow.
And I did my modeling of cirrus clouds. And it was very much a wonderful field full of complexity. And then to see people kind of oversimplify it, and the theme of my book, Fixing the Sky, this is the book that got a lot of stuff going in 2010. And Fixing the Sky, there's a technocrat pulling the levers of control.
Oh wow,
make it rain. He's going to make.
That's a cool illustration.
That was a cover of Collier's magazine in 1953.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
And 54, and that's when President Eisenhower had a commission on weather control. So I had done a lot of work on weather control, a lot of historical writing about the folly of trying to make rain on demand and control practices. And then in 2006, this big conference came up, and Paul Crutzen, the Nobel laureate, was talking about how to fix the sky. And I got invited as a historian to some of these meetings. And I thought, wow, this is really low-hanging fruit for a historian.
Right.
And I added a couple chapters on climate fixing to my weather control and showed that the two fields are not all that different. And so I've been in the field for a long time, and it's been a wonderful field to think about and to talk about, but it's also kind of, full of nasty name calling and accusations. And so it's not just fear, but it's demonization of the other.